Hello, you beautiful, beautiful souls. Welcome to your Aquarius video and welcome to Aquarius by Aquarius. I'm your host, Colleen, and I'm creating this video for you on October 25th or 26th, 2025. Keep in mind, tarot is timeless. I'm just giving you the date. That way you know I don't repost. And if you do like my videos, I post at least 2 fresh videos every single day. One around 6 p.m. and one at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Florida time in the U.S. And if you do like to chat and hang out with other people, my 10:30 p.m. video always comes with a live chat if you like to do that. Anyways, before I start your video, your reading, I want to be the first person to tell you all that you're so beautiful and you're so needed in this world. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for sharing your time and your energy with me. I value you and the divine values you, and thank you so much for being here and hanging out. So we're going to see what wants to come out for you today. I don't know why. I don't even know who sings it, but it's an old song from the 90s, like when soul meets body or something like that. Maybe some of you are going to start a spiritual business. I don't know. Or a calling, right? A download, a calling. You might feel a calling. You might feel like something's changing. Maybe your job is changing. Your career is changing, whether you want it to or not. Maybe something's changing in your life. And it's like your soul meeting your body in a sense that I feel like that you have arrived into your calling is what I feel like. There's something you might be called to do. Some sort of business, organize and poetic justice. I feel like it means like legal paperwork, okay? Getting your business started, whatever kind of business you're starting or whatever you're doing, and just sort of prioritizing. It could even be, depending on what stage you're at, you don't have to be starting a business. You could be doing a side hustle or anything, but it's like you could be organizing your thoughts, writing down a plan, getting paperwork ready, okay? Especially at the end of the year. Celebrate your success. Celebrate your success. What would you write on these pages? You could write anything you wanted. What would you write? Write into existence what you want right here. But there is some sort of success that you have coming. And I feel like it has a lot to do with something that you've been manifesting or wanting. All right. And start your own business was the very first thing out. This came out in the pre-shuffle. Fears of not being accepted, and then new home. So I don't know, but new home was in the reverse. So there might be something about being afraid of being accepted in a new place, a new atmosphere, a new whatever, industry, whatever it is that you're doing. You might feel like, well, what if they reject me? What if they don't like me? What if I go here and I'm not accepted? Or what if I do all this and I lose my success and I can't pay for these things? It's like I feel like there's some sort of fear, possibly around money or a change, and it's major. But I also feel like there's a calling. I really feel like there's a calling, and someone's going to be getting more in tune with that, or getting a calling to just go somewhere, do something. It's a strong, like an inner calling. Don't settle for less. So if anyone needed to hear that, don't settle for temporary happiness. Don't think that the temporary solution is a long term, or you'll be happy in the long term. So if you needed to know that, if you're doing something right now that's satisfying you, occupying you, keeping you okay for right now, it's saying don't settle for that. Settle for what is going to feed your success. Settle for what's going to feed your soul. When soul meets body, I really feel like this has a lot to do with your calling and your spiritual calling, or what calls to you, to your spirit. I really feel like that's what this is about. So get ready. And some of you might even do a business here with your twin flame, because we do have a twin flame there. And I do have a deck. I have another twin flame deck, and actually says start a twin flame business together in this deck. So if that wants to come out. Anything else? some of you, you could also meet your twin flame, your real one. A lot of times people meet a fake one first. It often takes a seasoned lover to know if they met their twin. And I only say that because when you become so addicted to somebody, you can, if you're in a first time love and you feel like you're addicted to someone or you want to be around them, that's like, you know, that's like that puppy love, that first time love. But this is when you realize you met your twin flame, there's usually you've had enough dealings with people to know there's something different about that person, that it's not just, and you can't quite pinpoint it. Tarot is a big thing that happens too, especially divine feminine energies. Get into a lot of tarot afterwards, but that's a phenomenon. But anyway, we got transcending and ascending. This card's been coming out for you for months, and it's because I'm sure you have realized if you don't start taking care of yourself and doing what's best for you, that nobody else will. And it's probably also because maybe some things didn't happen, work out the way you planned, and so you had to make a new plan, a new direction, all right? But for some of you, there's a new business and there's going to be paperwork drawn up, and for some of you, it's going to be with a close connection or a twin flame, okay? Twin flame business. Now, I actually have that card in this deck, so if it wants to come out, it can. It would just give me extra confirmation, which would be great. I don't know what's coming out yet. I'm just going to let it sort of come out what it wants to. I don't use this deck a lot because it's primarily it's about the twin flame journey. So on the bottom of the deck, though, someone knows they're being used by a karmic. Another thing you don't know, I'm returning to you sooner than you think. That's for somebody, not for everybody. There is someone returning. Staying away from home to avoid conflict. Somebody is staying away from home to avoid conflict. Google these numbers that you see. Okay, any numbers that you see. Yeah, and repeating numbers. So I have all kind. Basically, Google the numbers you're seeing, because I have mirroring numbers and repeating numbers. So you could be seeing both. Somebody, but this is, like I said, this is not for everybody. Astro visits and spending time together, and somebody is still learning lessons. So for some of you, you might be meeting your twin for the first time. You might meet them through a business, or you might literally know who they are and you might go into business with them. It's not everybody about the twin flame, though. It's just not every day that card comes out. So I just got to put a little light to that card because it doesn't come out a lot, and I use that deck a lot. So let's pull some cards. Give me 9 cards. Give me 9 cards. Yikes. 10 of Swords right off the bat. Ace of Pentacles and Death reverse. Changing. Okay. Where it said here, still learning lessons, still going through changes, I can sort of relate these two right here. Don't settle for temporary happiness. So if this person comes back into your life, this could be a person who's coming into your life for a reason. Okay, it could be, you know, like I said, you guys could be doing something together, but not like not in a relationship per se, but like you guys could be doing something together, working together. And it's saying here, don't settle for temporary happiness. So in other words, you know what you want. If you want this Ace of Pentacles, what is this Ace of Pentacles? It can be a business. It can be that. But only do it if you want to do it. So in other words, don't do something because you think you're supposed to. Like when it comes to your twin flame. Because if you think you're supposed to do it, that's the wrong reason. All right? Do it because you want to do it. Do it because it comes from your heart. Don't lower standards. Don't lower boundaries. Okay? Because if it is that type of person, you know, no matter who you're with, you know, you should always have Your same integrity, right? You shouldn't loosen the belt or the reins for somebody else just because you think you're supposed to. It's kind of the point I'm getting to. So pay attention to that. All right. Pay attention. Don't fall in love with addiction. Like, if you're addicted to a person, don't think that that's love. But that is, it's there to let you know that there is something to pay attention to. Why are you feeling that? Why are you experiencing that? Okay. We have the King of Swords here on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Hermit here in the reverse. And it's like, we have Virgo, we have Aquarius. Now, this is like, if there's something to be done here in the Akashic records, it's written, all right? You made some sort of contract with this person to do something. Maybe that contract is about ready to happen, all right? Again, know what this is. Know what this is and who it's coming from, because this is like somebody giving a gift, okay? And this is, there's this soulmate connection, soul contract connection. It's also this past life here. So there is something that's going on, all right? I do feel like somebody's entering your life. And there's some things that somebody has to get over. So let's just say, if you're dealing with a twin flame and fears of not being accepted, usually there's great differences between twin flames. Usually it's age difference, religious backgrounds, and all these kinds of things. They're meant to be that way. They're meant to be challenging, to prove to the world that it's not about differences. You know, it's about inside out, you know. But if this person ain't there yet, if this person is still worried about what people think, okay, all you can ever do is your ascension. All right? Doesn't matter what people think, and it also doesn't matter if they're worried about what people think. All that really matters is your ascension. And do what makes you happy, what brings you fulfillment, and don't do things because you think that's what you're supposed to do. It's not about what you're supposed to do unless you're guided, like a calling from God, source, universe. Unless it's like that, it's different. But that's going to be more about something that you love to do, all right, more than about being with somebody. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords and the Three of Swords reverse, and then we have the Five of Wands. Now the Five of Wands can talk about, you know, options. There's these other people here in the mix, okay? And that could be, like I said, fears of not being accepted. These people closest to this person might have fears, or you might be afraid that there's someone you're interested in that won't be accepted. Let's pull some clarifiers here. Tell me about that Ten of Swords. It's a hard ending, but there's a new beginning right after that. And this Ace of Pentacles can be a house. Yeah, right there. Right there. Ace of Pentacles can be a new place, a new destination. Death reverse. Death reverse. There is something that's changing, okay? Something that's changing, being brought into balance, I think, in a good way, in a positive way. Tell me about the Death card. Justice and Four of Swords. And the reverse, and Ace of Swords. This is like, it's really like coming in, getting some clarity, and coming in to make something right. That Justice can be paperwork. That Ace of Swords can be signing paperwork. And this Four of Swords in the reverse, let's just say if somebody was to be like, hey, Aquarius, I can't give you what you want, Or you're saying to somebody, hey, I can't give you what you want, but we can do this. We could work together, right? We could work together. I can offer you work. That literal card fell down. So this does seem like maybe starting a business, okay? And doing something they're making some kind of money, all right? Or side hustle. Doesn't have to be, but it does seem like there's something here with that, all right? Going somewhere for you. Or you could meet, like I said, you could meet this person while doing this. Tell me about Ace of Swords in the reverse. Page of Cups. Death. In the upright now. So somebody, it's like somebody has this conversation about change, all right? They have this conversation about change or some kind of change. What is it? Well, they're going to tell you about it if they've changed their mind or however they're thinking. There's something about their perception here. The Death card, Pluto energy, Scorpio energy, also Judgment. They're both strong Scorpio, Pluto energy, but I feel like it's more of a gift from Pluto, okay? Again, all you have to remember is don't settle for temporary happiness. And if you're looking for a home, it's the same way, okay? It's the same way. If you have a vision, don't give up on it. Tell me about this Nine of Wands reverse. Eight of Swords. Stuck in the head. Landed over here on these numbers. Maybe somebody keeps seeing the same number. And maybe it's reminding them of your number, or there's something here, but it's like somebody keeps seeing, I feel like some sort of synchronicities or signs, and somebody's just feeling guided to sort of reach out, but there's this confidence. Now it could be that there's something to do with confidence and fear. I want to know more about confidence and fear. Confidence and fear. Seven of Wands. Nine of Cups. Four of Wands and Strength. I almost feel like somebody wants to give you or present you something. There's someone literally passing, you know, this person is passing flowers. This person is like, or this is like no, or this is like, you know, somebody might be trying to get you to go over something. That's what I heard. If you think about it, like a contract, you see how someone's holding this. And if it's like a business proposal, it's like this, and someone's holding it, and it's like, okay, here, let me pass you this contract. You go over it, or you take it to your people. You have your people. Something about go over it. Maybe this person is afraid you won't accept this offer, because this is also an offer of a contract. This contract could come with, it could be a home. It could be opening a business together. It could be a change of a location. But now I'm more afraid. I mean, I'm not saying they're not afraid about these people closest to them, but I do feel like they're more afraid of you not accepting it. We got the Emperor reverse and the Fool reverse and the Nine of Swords. So I really feel like, and here's the Lovers, and that is one of my twin flame cards, and also this card is one of them. But it's like, I feel like they're afraid that you're going to reject them or their offer. Or someone's afraid of the rejection here. Someone's also afraid of possibly some people around, close around, what they'll think. Tell me about this Two of Pentacles. The moon is someone secretly making their own decision here. They're in their feelings, okay? Yeah, I feel like someone is in their feelings and someone is ready to reach out. Okay, this could be even writing out messages. Okay, going to send and don't send. One might actually get through though, because this is getting sent. So someone might be thinking about sending you a message. All right, somebody might be afraid you'll reject them. Maybe somebody wants to come to your house or something, or wherever, but there's something that with that it looks more like you'll get a message, or at least that's how they'll try to go about it. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. Again, here, Ten of Pentacles, yeah. I really feel like this person wants to make this offer. It's a long-term offer. It could be going into business. It definitely seems like there's some contract to be signed. It definitely seems like they're handing you something. Be like, here, you go over it. You look through it yourself, okay? Or something like that. And like I said, we got this opportunity. We got money. We got a long-term investment. We got home. And it's here. It's like here. Here. Tell me about the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Ten of Swords and Temperance in the reverse. They're really I think they're afraid you're going to throw it at them or throw something at them. I really feel like they're afraid. They're afraid. Why? They have such an offer here. They also, like I said, they're not just afraid of you. They're not just afraid of you. Tell me about the Three of Swords in the reverse. Knight of Wands. Okay. Somebody also doesn't want to be perceived as a cheater, okay, when they tell you or when they make an offer, all right, or unloyal somewhere. So it's like somebody doesn't want to be seen as sneaky, unloyal, or whatever, but somebody seems to have some sort of loyalty to you, whether said or unsaid, okay? And somebody is about ready to give you some sort of message, maybe give you some sort of offer and opportunity, all right? They see you differently, and they see other people around them differently. Okay. Tell me about organize your life and celebrate your success. Okay, because this person's coming. This person's coming. This person's coming, but they're just really afraid you're not going to sign. Okay, they're really afraid you're not going to sign. They're actually obsessing. They're obsessing about what they're coming in to bring to you, but they're also really obsessing over you not taking it and obsessing over what others are going to think. But there's a cycle that's closing out, or the window is narrowing for this person to come in and do this. With the Six of Pentacles, this King of Cups person. This is a person who is thinking about you. They want to give you this very generous, be very generous toward you, and I feel you're unaware of it, but I feel like someone just feels so guided to do this. Maybe they feel like you're their person. Maybe they feel like you're their twin flame. But again, somebody looks like they're learning lessons and things like this. And maybe somebody isn't sure of what they want. Again, when somebody is worried about what someone else thinks, they are definitely kind of in the wrong mindset. I was a people pleaser, so I recognize that. We all just got to sort of love ourselves and accept ourselves, and we all can't just always worry about how other people view us. But this person is still worried about that. But more importantly, they're more worried about how you view them, or if you're going to reject them. They're more worried about being rejected by you than anyone else. So we're going to close out with the Moonology card. I want to thank everybody here for showing up. Thank you guys so much for being here. Truly, truly appreciate you all. Let's see what wants to come out. It's like, see, it wants to come out, but it don't want to come out. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Maybe somebody's getting away from a Scorpio. I don't know. But anyway, let's pull another one. This one, surrender to the divine. There's something, I think this person is being guided to you to do this or whatever. We have Virgo. You are good enough. It might be a Virgo who is having these fears. Okay, I don't know. Believe in the impossible. Expect miracles and expectations, and you and your loved ones are safe, and a new start is coming. And that's what this is. This is a new start. And if you're moving to a home or a location, I think that you and your loved ones will be safe. Again, looks like there's a contract. It looks like it has to do with long-term investment. So make sure that you pay attention to that. Anyway, guys, I love you. I will see you in your next video, and namaste, my friends.